YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of Gaijin Gaming. Today I'm going to talk about E7 for the PSP, which is coming out in North America on August 17th. A little bit about the game. It follows the adventures of Adal and Dogi as they travel through Altago, and they are tasked with searching out and discovering the reason behind certain or strange earthquakes that have been occurring in the land, and they find out that there are 5 dragons awakening to stop an evil power. Now, the game is quite fun, and I'm going to show you a bit of the gameplay and so that you can see it firsthand. And I will say this about the game: it's definitely not as difficult as the Oath and Falcom. And if you've played that one, you know exactly what I'm referring to. A lot of those fights were very difficult. Chester, for example, I think I lost a lot of hair on that one. That was a very obnoxious battle. However, the E7 is definitely not as difficult. It's still enjoyable. I wouldn't say it's a pushover, but it's definitely not as difficult as the Oath and Falcom. So it's good in the sense for it's another East game for fans of the series, and it's also a good way of introducing new people who may not have ever played any of the East games, and hopefully it'll sell well. So you need to buy this game. So buy this game, because it is awesome. So that's really about it. Please enjoy the gameplay and have a good day. Now here's the main screen for the game. You have new game and load. We're going to load one, and here we go. Now loading times aren't bad for this game at all. At least I think. I think they're pretty decent. They're pretty fluid, so not too big of a deal there. Now here's the first kind of open area that you can go to in the game, and if you press the square button, it allows you to cycle through your characters in your party. And as you can see, I have Dogi and Adal. And down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you have the a character drawing, and the one that's highlighted is the character that you're controlling. And it gives you what level they are, how much HP they have numerically, and also in a bar. And there's a smaller bar below it that it actually is for your experience and how much more you have to go before you level up. And there's this small little box here for later on when you get certain special items that you have to use, like one for breathing underwater and such. And it gives an icon of that item. There's also something here to tell you how much money that you have. And coming back over to here, there's 2 different bars. This is for your SP, and when your SP fills up, you are able to do special attacks. And each of these little kind of circles represents the buttons on the PSP. So you have like the triangle one, the square one, the X one, and the circle one. And how you use them is you hold down the R button, and then you press that button, and so then you do a special, and you use up your SP. Now, your normal attack is the circle button. You can do a bunch of attacks doing that, and of course it's different. So if you have Dogi, he does just a couple. And another thing is when you use special attacks, you pretty quickly, it's a little bit right after this part of the game, you actually are able to fill up this other bar, and this other bar, once it's filled up completely allows you to do kind of like super duper special attacks, which are very, very helpful and very nice when fighting a lot of the bosses. And I guess roll around, if you press the X button, you can do a little roll or a dash. Now if you press the triangle, it brings up a menu screen very similar to a lot of the older Ys games. And if you go down, it gives you a little description of what it is and what the name of it actually is, and you have a map. And if you click on this map, it has the whole land area of Altago, and the little kind of bouncing arrow. The bouncing arrow is you can control it to highlight places that you've been and stuff. And then that icon of a doll's head is where you're currently at, and the flags are where you need to go, which is really nice. And then in the top left, it gives you the name of the location or the area you're at. So I'm in the Altago Plains, the northeastern side of it. And if you go back, if you press the start button, you can go to a separate menu screen. It gives you the playtime. You can equip different things, like for weapons, and also different skills that you can denote for the R to X, the square button, triangle. Now with the weapons, when you equip one, sometimes they have different skills, and you need to leave them equipped for a little bit of time to learn that skill, and then you can change weapons if you want to. And then you have your armor, your shield, your accessory. And you also do that for your other characters in your party. Interestingly enough, this kind of thing reminds me of Final Fantasy IX. If any of you played that, where if you equip different weapons and armor and accessories, you're able to learn new skills and such. Then you have your inventory, which is like you collect a bunch of different items that all over the maps and stuff. I'll show you that, and then you can actually cycle through to break them down into smaller groups. So here's everything, and then this would be for weapons, this is for armor, this is for just kind of random things that you find to do, and then this is for your other items. And then options, you can mess around with like the camera view, the mini-map, voice acting, and how loud you want the background music to be, and the sound effects, and then your configuration. And then here's your save, load, erase, retry, and title screen. Be careful, because I have done it before when I went to save and actually went to the title screen. Not so fun. I guess we'll go into battle. You just hack some enemies up here, and then they drop a bunch of items. Pick up the items. Kind of initially started in the Ark of Nepistum, if I'm correct on that one. So if I am wrong, please somebody correct me on that. But from what I remember, that is where that originated from. You can also hold down the circle button to charge an attack, and then to gain more SP. Your square button, as I said before, interchanges characters. And your L button, when this bar is full, allows you to unleash that special attack. Oops. And if you hold down the R button and press the L button, you do a guard maneuver. And that guard maneuver, it's only for a very short time. And if you delay it, or if you're bad on your timing, they do more damage to you. But if you hit it at just the right time, you'll completely block it and you won't take any damage. And here you can actually collect random items to use for creating new weapons and such. That's really about it for just a short little bit of gameplay. I really enjoyed this game. It's quite nice to have a portable Ys game with a PSP, because I enjoy the PSP and I love Ys. So I really hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.